CE Electronics, this is our eTouch display. I said, before I get into the functionality of the display itself, I want to cover some points. No matter how good the graphics are working on the screens, if they don't live in the environment of the elevator, they don't do any good. An elevator is a box that travels up and down a shaft at 30 miles an hour. So it's connected with an umbilical cord, which have limited types of wires that you can put on that can survive the environment. In addition to vibration, you have shock values and you have temperature concerns. The CE products are built to run from 0 to 65 degrees C. 65 degrees C is about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Some of our competitors rate their products at 5 to 40 degrees C. 40 degrees C is about 105 degrees Fahrenheit. When you consider the ambient temperature of an elevator being about 75 degrees Fahrenheit, it's not too much of a stretch when you have electronics in a sealed box such as a swing or CLP that would let you get your temperatures up to 105, therefore rendering the unit useless. The other thing is shock values. When you're coming up, all of our devices are built with surface mount technology that are set directly to the board, so there's no weight to be knocked apart. Our drives are flash drives that are integral to it. So we've literally built this to survive in the environments of the shock values. When we move in parts, we have our fans, and we use that for more convection type of cooling. The interconnects we do, all of our interconnects are pin and socket. I said some of our competitors use USB cables that would patch in back and forth. Somewhere in my mind, when you look back at the strain relief functions, duct tape as a strain relief isn't really you should use. But that's up to you. Now, with that said, you go back in and we have the touchscreen. The touchscreen utilizes SAW technology, which is called surface acoustic, and it actually floods the front with sound. So you've got emitters and detectors in the corner that flood the face of it with sound. They're basically XY axis of points of reference. You have X1, Y1, or X1, X2, X3, X4, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. So when you come up and you do an intersection, the screen doesn't know that that's 14. It just knows it's X6 and Y7. But the computer knows what they are to give you the appropriate rationale. The other thing we've done is as you press these, we actually have a haptic feedback on it. So there's actually a motor that gives you a slight vibration that allows you to feel the press that you just did on the screen. Now, the basic functionality is to place calls to get you to appropriate floors. Touchscreens are also information centers that can help guide people through the building when you're in high-level Class A type buildings. So you can actually pop up with videos. This was actually done for the W Hotel in New York, and this is the video that they post onto the website. So it goes through and literally shows and you can hear what's going on within that. So you shut back down, you go back in, you've got restaurants, lounges, entertainment, fitness centers. When you pop it and go to fitness centers, all of the floor positions are now moved over to the side of the unit, and you're able to plus the appropriate floors while still looking at what's going on within the areas. So the fitness center tells you you're on the 10th floor, gives you numbers you might call, and really put up any kind of information you want. You pop back to the main floor, you go back into restaurants and lounges, and it's going to tell you your fine dining casual lounges. So it's on lounges, you're able to plus the ones, and they would show you what the advertisements are for the individual restaurants. As you move through, it changes them up and they bring them here. Now, the screens are selectable in any way you want. So these could be up here, they could be in the center where they're moving up and down. You pick which way you want to go. In addition, we can come back in, we can go to the entertainment section. We can come up trying to figure out where we are. This would show a 2-level mall, tells you different information so you want. So you want to go to Foot Locker. I press Foot Locker, it tells you it's on the 2nd floor and shows you where it is in the building. I want to go to Aldo. Aldo is actually across the hall. Now, we have a movie theater in here. We show the listings of what the movies are. We give the appropriate times. If you want to see what those are, we can actually put the trailers in. But it does allow you all sorts of different types of interface that you're able to work for an interactive experience. Now, with all the cool stuff that this does, it does not meet code by itself. You have to utilize a keypad. A keypad allows you to meet the codes for A17.1 and EN81. I said we give the appropriate ADA, EN81 screen that has the dimple on 5, standard telephone keypad with a tri-dimple on the handicap. And we also show a display and a speaker that tells you what's going on and shows you. So it tells you enter floor. So I can go up and I can enter a floor. It would then also place it, you would see it on the screen, placing the call. It would work electronically to place the call to the machine room. We have an indication of the signal going to the machine room, place the call to the controller. If you're handicapped, you walk in and they teach you to go in and look for the handicap symbol. As you depress it, it puts you in the accessible mode.
Press button when you hear desired floor, or press twice to cancel. 1, 2, 3. Going to floor 3.
Thank you for taking time to look at the electronics eTouch display.